was playing in a film at Universal, and James Whale was the director of Frankenstein, and he saw me in the makeup, rather in the lunchroom, and I had my best makeup on, a straight makeup, and what I thought was my best suit. I was playing a different kind of part. And he invited me to his table to have a cup of coffee and said he would like to make a test of me for the monster. And I thought, well, that doesn't speak very well of my nice straight makeup and my good suit. However, I was delighted. And they had a fine makeup man at the studio, a man named Jack Pierce. And he experimented and worked on the makeup for 2 or 3 weeks, really, before he said, now we are ready, you can photograph it. Mm-hmm. And they liked the makeup, the test, and I got the part, and that's how it started.
How did you make out with Frankenstein? Did you like the person you had to interpret?
Oh yes, it was a great challenge and tremendously interesting, because here was a completely helpless, inarticulate, lumbering, helpless creature in a strange and hostile world, without speech, and he had to communicate to people, and it was a challenge to find some way to do it.
How did people react to Frankenstein?
Well, the film itself, of course, was an enormous success, and they have made, all told, this is Universal, who sort of first made the Frankenstein. They've made, all told, I suppose, at least a dozen of them, but I only played the monster in the first 3, because I felt there wasn't much left to do in the character. It was getting less and less and less.
A monster series could be of an appeal to the public. Do you explain the reason of the success of the series?
Yes, I think I can. We know that fashions in plays and in films and in stories change. They go in cycles, then they die out, then they come back again. But this kind of story, not of necessity the monster, but this kind of story seems to go on forever. And I've often wondered if the real reason isn't that it's the oldest kind of story in the world, really. That it has its roots very deep in the legends and the fairy tales and the folklore of every race in the world, and has a universal appeal. And I think that's why they go on, in one form or another.
Now, they go on without you because you only made the first 3. Don't you regret the monster tales?
No, not really. The monster turned out to be the best friend I ever had. He changed the whole course of my life. I was an obscure and struggling, unknown actor. Then all of a sudden I get this marvelous opportunity handed to me, with all the help and assistance that I could ask for. And my career, my work hasn't stopped since. 32 years later, you are asking me about him. Now, who could ask for anything better than that?